And we're back with our lovely crew of horrors and nightmares trying to sneak into this university campus, the Department of Alchemy, where they seem to be keeping some strange animals for dissection and who knows what. Things are looking a little bit rough because the people that were kidnapped are starting to sneak out of their cages or at least making a bunch of noise, and the infiltration part doesn't seem to be going great. So I think our current plan is to try to just get all of the cages inside the building, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Including the one with the yelling zoo people.
Cool. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, they get to also be in the building. They don't get to.
They don't get any privileges here.
No.
But you should keep their mouth shut.
Cool. So who's leading?
What kind of action are we talking here? I think this might be finesse. We're trying to do something quickly and efficiently.
I would argue for prowl just because that seems to be kind of just general athletic push.
Yeah, it's more about the strength and quickness of carrying the cages rather than trying to like maneuver them in any specific way.
I'm curious. I mentioned that I had an idea for Cinder being a distraction, and with people becoming aware of commotion outside and possibly coming down like the hallways and stuff, it might be good. Would I be able to do like effectively a setup action for the rest of the group and have Cinder do what I was planning? Basically, I want to, in dog form, just start running down the hallways. So like running past people, yeah. So that if people are starting to go down towards the entrance, instead they see me or try to chase me because now there's a dog loose.
Yeah. Oh, he must have screamed because the dog got out. Sort of thing.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Okay. I think that sounds like prowl as well, basically. I'm just trying to like run through the place or like get their attention. I don't know if there'd be a better...
But it's not necessarily about your physical action. It's more about if you can convince them that the dog is what's happening here and not that there's like a whole carriage of people
sure.
in cages. So probably like a more social thing. Maybe even sway, I would pitch in with that.
Okay. That would work as well, I guess. Pretty sure I have none in sway.
I don't know. It just seems like the one that fits the most to me.
I do have a point in command. That's along those
Command
time.
their attention. Essentially.
Yeah, like
maybe even being a scary dog running around too is like oh,
you're being
shit.
aggressive,
or even just commanding attention. Like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if that works, I'll roll command. That's 1 die for me, and I don't really have all that much stress, so we'll just go with 1 die and pray because what's the worst that could happen? A 3.
Get better. Da 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 da.
It's a 50-50 chance to win.
Everything is fine.
What could go wrong?
So Cinder...
I know.
Oh,
yeah,
I know what goes wrong too. Don't say that to me. Cinder
I know.
Immediately like charges in through the door, assuming like it opens, or somebody's around the door getting prepared for the shipment or whatever. So I just like barge in and start barking and like running down the hallways. And I'm a sleek greyhound, so just like going as fast as I can. When I run into who other but
of course, none other than Amelia Bernhardt, the dog catcher that hates you and that probably manages to pierce a bullet on one of your legs as you are running one of these very wide hallways in the in the campus, in the building rather. Like some parts are open, some parts are more closed. You're probably going around the first story and make your way towards the front where the students would usually enter. And I think that when you're running around that entrance, like something very precise pierces through one of your paws, and you can see a bush move in such a way that you know that it cannot be other than Bernhard.
Yeah.
And I think that like their head just like goes above the bushes just enough that you can see their like super intense eyes fixed on you.
So what exactly? Yeah.
Distraction.
What exactly is the consequence? Just so I understand. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I think that's a 1 level of harm. Basically, you're like one of your paws gets pierced by a bullet.
Okay. Okay. I'll mark that down. And obviously, I'm not in a great situation. I don't know that I exactly helped the group, but we can go back to outside.
Meanwhile, so you don't get more effect because the setup action failed, but you can still try to do a group roll to get all the stuff in.
I have a question first for Rovdyr.
Yes.
I think when we come to load the zookeepers, Bittergreen asks you, wasn't Captain Rye's instruction to deal with these people? To stop them from, doing this again?
Yes.
So, do you want to murder them?
Eventually.
But not right now.
You might not have time later.
We might not have time later.
But then it's a waste of meat. But I think he considers like the whole they could get away later. And what would it take to take one of those moths and gently basically put it into their cage?
That's risky, but you can try.
That's why I'm kind of curious. What kind of role would that be, essentially?
Finesse.
I guess finesse.
For your life.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Nah, it might just be easier to kill him.
Believe me, always make bad decisions.
That's true. You know what? This is all about making poor choices. I will push myself a finesse roll to basically move a moth very gently into their cage. Let's see. Is there something I can argue I should be good at this? I have good instincts. So I have good instincts on how not to piss a moth off. For like greater effect, essentially.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so what position or effect? So you said risky, and this would put me to greater effect? Or just standard?
I am feeling standard, just because Amod is not the kind of animal that you just like make go places, you know?
That's fair. Alrighty, so I will push myself for the extra die so I can get up to 1. And I don't think I can take a devil's bargain and push, so I will just take that then.
I can assist.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I will mark off some fine alcohol, which probably includes a big glass jar, to do the transporting of the moth from one cage to the other.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Alright, so it brings me up to 2 die. Fingers crossed. How poorly can this go? That is a 4.
2 days before retirement.
And a 6.
Hey.
All right. So, like, how do these people get like acid all over their bodies?
Well, I imagine we don't see. We just see the moth in the cage and like everyone's now afraid to move and just utterly silent. And Rovdyr goes, "That's good.
Okay.
This is not." And then maybe throws a blanket over and just shakes.
Oh,
That's good.
There, we stopped him.
okay.
Practically heroes.
Not a problem anymore.
Good work, Rovdyr. The captain will be proud of you.
I'll certainly stop them. Speaking of, let's get this stuff in, shall we?
Oh yeah. So did we say finesse or prowl?
I think we said prowl.
Okay. I can lead it because I started with no stress. I have some now, but I think I could take it.
I'm going to push myself so I can have a dice. Go ahead and roll that. 1 second.
Oh, real quick, position and effect for if we're doing a group action.
So your goal is to get the cages inside.
Yes.
I would say that the position will be risky. The effect is probably limited because these cages are big and have mostly deadly animals inside them.
You're telling me that inhibits your ability to carry them? That's what you're stroking.
Yeah.
I don't see the problem. But okay.
Yeah.
What if we just lure the animals inside?
Okay.
I thought we were trying to set them all off at once, or at least unleash them to create chaos.
That's true. All right. Yep. Let's get them inside. Let's do this. Limited. What can we do to get that up to standard?
Devil's bargain.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is there a good devil's bargain for this?
There are many, actually.
Oh no.
Let me see. So
I've got one I could pitch. Perhaps one of the animals follows us and shows up at an inopportune moment. We don't know what, we don't know when, but at some point one of these animals is going to be on us.
sure, that seems more. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
That sounds good to everybody else.
Yeah, and that's getting us up to standard effect?
Yeah.
Yay! Okay.
That is a big old nuke. 1.
I got a pair of 5s. 5.
Well, that's better than me. I got a 2.
But you are in standard effect, so if you do manage to get them through, it's still very risky. Sorry, did I say risky or desperate when I was setting up the position?
You said risky limited when we got it up to
Yeah,
standard,
I
I
meant
think.
desperate. But yeah, if I said risky, it's okay.
I will happily offer for XP.
Yeah, that was my intent originally. I just got mixed in my head. So if you're okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm okay. Consequences are fun.
always.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I was leading, so I'll take the 2 stress from us. Slowly filling up.
All right, so I will say that at least all of you get 1 level of harm because the different animals do manage to scratch you, / bite you, / just hit you in different ways.
Uncooperative.
Acid
They are
you.
a bit
Okay.
uncooperative. So, there's, just to recap, we have European shadow cats, we have spider rats, we have the goat kings, and we have a mysterious barrel with a sea beast inside, maybe a leviathan hunter, a leviathan baby, we don't know. So yeah, you get hurt by several of those on your way, and the other consequence that I'll introduce is that you can see a carriage approaching at full speed, and it looks to be kind of the same model that the one you used to ride to here. So it's definitely from the zoo, and the carriage stops in front of you, and at least what, like 4 people get out of it? Yeah, let's say 4 people get out of it. One of them, all of them are wearing have guns on them, and the main person there has like a very big rifle and very long hair and a very big beard. He almost looks like a bear himself, and he'll just point it at you as he motions all of his thugs to start running your way. You know, you're already inside, but you can catch a glimpse of him approaching you and probably shouting something along the lines of "No one steals to Brandon Tiger Claws. You're paying for this."
Okay.
Yeah, he's mad. He's very pissed off.
What was the name
and
again?
He's coming
Sorry?
your way. Brandon Tiger Claws.
Brandon Tiger Claws.
I think I would like to go mess these guys up, using my special ability Inconceivable. Basically, I spent to stress, push myself, and I can do a feat of physical force inversion on the superhuman, or I can engage a small gang on equal footing in close combat. So I think I'll be doing the latter here. So I'd like to mark off a weapon, which will probably be just a metal bar. It's heavy enough to be a club, and some armor off my loadout. I'll write that down in a minute. And I'm just going to right, I'm going to go. I'll get with these, you deal with the animals. It's only trouble. My time to shine.
Do you want me to assist? I have some drugs that might be useful. I don't know. Whatever you prefer.
Take a shot if you've got one. Crack's neck.
I have a dose of spark. A measure of raw electroplasm blended with seawater, which will make you feel empowered and emit a mild electrical energy.
Cool.
Sounds good with an iron bar.
Iron bar. Armor is 2, isn't it? So just give me a second, I'm doing paperwork. For what it's worth, I'm not going to be taking any penalty for my injuries because of my other special ability, 40 pain receptors. So my harms count as 1 less than they are. So I still track them, but they don't affect me until they're level 2. Armor. So I will not take drugs because I have no regard to my personal safety, which is one of my XP triggers. So I'm just going to go charge.
Oh, so he wants a fight. All right, we've got a first one. So yeah, the people are probably going to start closing around you. But first, Cinder, how are you doing with the whole situation there?
Oh dear.
Well, I would immediately resume running after stumbling for a little bit. I imagine if you were running full pace and, like, as a human, stepped on something sharp or a dog, you would probably just, like, stumble. So I would imagine Cinder probably, like, slammed into a wall or, like, fell over, stepping on whatever this little spike trap thing he had going on was. But I would like to immediately start running again, or find somewhere to break line of sight, like find some place that I can get out of this person's vision.
Sure. So you would retreat back into the building?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did I get stopped just outside of the building then?
I think you were not outside of it. It was just one of the hallways that kind of opened up towards the entrance. So since she shot you from one of the bushes outside, she could manage to get you, although you were technically in the building, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not trying to like run out of the building by any means. So yeah, somewhere deeper in the building or like a nearby room, anything like that.
Sure. So that's probably Prowl.
That sounds appropriate. Risky standard, I assume.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I'll take 1 die on this, and I'll just go with the 1 die. Is there a Devil's Bargain? I guess I'll ask for that.
Oh, let's see. I think that a good one might be that what you run inside the building won't be friendly.
I'll get into a room and something else not nice is in there. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I didn't think you would.
Oh, yeah.
2 dice is
terrible.
2 dice is useful. So yeah, let's roll that on 2 dice. That's gonna be a 1 and a 6.
Whew.
See, look, it works on Rovdyr.
Yeah. It works for me.
That's worst combos to roll.
So you do manage to break sight from Bernhardt. She shoots another bullet, but that one doesn't get through. And you run deeper inside the building. I'm curious, like, what's your relationship with this hunter? Why is she trying to hunt you?
Well, it's like I imagine it's more like a normal dog catcher dynamic rather than like a hunter per se.
Okay.
But I imagine Cinder's probably done something similar to this in the past. Like, you know what I mean? Like knocked over cages or like caused problems for him. Because he probably like picks up stray animals to, keep White Crown safe or whatever. Keep them Goat Kings away.
Free food.
Yeah, I mean, they've got wild animals in their exotic homes, so they get loose, and then somebody's got to catch them. So Cinder's probably a thorn in this person's side consistently.
May I make a suggestion?
Sure.
He caught you once, you burned his cart down, and nobody believed him.
Yeah, that is really good.
I'm just like very captured by this imagery of a person's life destroyed by this dog that they don't seem to be able to catch or get a hold of.
You are his white whale.
Yeah.
Exactly. Cool. I
assume the person chases me immediately, right?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
As soon as she loses sight of you, she will get up from the bush, recharge, and start heading ahead. But you've lost her for now.
Sure.
Meanwhile, how's the situation going with those cages inside?
Yeah, I think once it's inside, it's pretty much just facing them in different directions for the most part, and just opening, and yeah. Actually, I have this neat little noise maker.
Bittergreen's expression.
I have this nice little neat noisemaker type device, and I think it operates at that frequency that every single animal hates, or at least right now it will. And so yeah, I think it's just open all the cages and blow and just follow in the chaos and look for the other animals.
Yeah.
I guess would that be like a wreck to get all the cages open, or maybe some sort of command to basically unleash the feral beasts of the Deathlands?
Yeah, so like you want the animals to go after other people, not you.
Yes.
So I think it's more of a command.
Ideally. Yep, that would make sense. I will take that command. I'm going to not push that. Is there a devil's bargain?
We're very devilish today.
Devil's bargain. Probably that something that has to do with the other animals that you're trying to release. I think that maybe it could be interesting that those. I'm not sure yet what could be interesting. Like I know that it could have to be with them, but yeah, I'm not clear on that one.
It's gonna make all the animals really aggressive, one way or another. Like they're gonna be hard to deal with because this is gonna basically turn everything frenzious.
Exactly. Yeah, because of your noisemaker. So the animals that you're also trying to release are going to be as chaotic and unfriendly. So yeah, that's a good one.
I will take it. Position and effect?
Desperate.
Yeah.
Limited.
Okay, let's see. Desperate, limited.
Because there's like 4 of them, you know.
That's fair.
Can I offer some drugs?
When in doubt,
to the animals?
To the animals. What if the animals were feverish, euphoric, and maniacal?
This is horrifying.
Yeah.
The drug descriptions are just something else, for sure.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, I should have taken... Never mind, too late now. I had a cool drug I could have taken that I didn't think to.
Oh, the Leviathan blood, yeah. So that would give me an extra die from you.
I would ask Rovdyr's permission before I started injecting drugs into animals.
We're saving them from experimentation.
I think that's the thing. Rovdyr's not so much like individual animal protecting, it's more just the idea of everything needs to be torn down. So it's not like, oh gosh, let's protect, every single puppy. It's like, no, let's burn down the people that are running the puppy farm. That's kind of his it's more the vengeance rather than protection. He's not good at protecting. So I think he's 100. He'll just give the grunt as he gets his whistle out, the Leviathan bone whistle to blow on. Okay, so
Don't get me on me.
I can't trade position for effect. Can I use that Devil's Bargain to push it up to standard?
Yeah. So you get a dice from Bittergreen, and then you get the Devil's Bargain for standard effect.
Yeah. I wondered if the green could be effect rather than dice, if that's allowed.
Oh, sorry, what?
Either way. It could have worked either way. Just in the end, it would be 2 dice and desperate standard, which I'm okay with. I mean, in theory, we could go with better position, but that's who needs that?
Who needs that?
Just don't roll bad. Duh.
Just be good at role playing, guys. Just really be good at role playing. All right, so I'm gonna roll desperate standard. And it is a 3 and a 5. So, 5 is success. I like to remind myself that 5 is success.
Mission accomplished.
Let's focus on the good.
Unfortunately, the mission was to unleash mauling beasts.
Check. I imagine there's still some backlash.
Yeah. So happens, you release all of the animals. So let's see, the Iribian shadow cats just go wild, start getting a sense first for the building. They go so quickly up the stairs and then go down roaring. It's very scary. And then the spider rats are also around, doing their thing, crawling up the walls, and they're probably the scariest part of them all. And
they're the least dangerous. That's the best part.
yeah, I know, but they are the most disturbing. The Goat Kings, I think, are probably going to like hug you. You like don't manage to get them out of your way before they are out of the cage, and they probably just like crush you into one of the walls. And there's so many of them that it's like hard to try to find a way out of there. So should be like a level of harm at least.
Mm-hmm. Level
the
2.
Barrel, I don't think we want to open it.
Not until I get the sprinkler system going.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Or actually, Cinder. No.
Is that both Bittergreen and Rovdyr trampled by goats?
Yeah.
Level 2, level
and I
3?
think level 1. Yeah.
Okay.
So the other thing that's going to happen is that you will see some of the scientists up the stairs. There seems to be like an underground section of this building, and doing some gestures in between themselves. They are trying to like, hey, everyone, come down here, to try to like protect themselves. And are you going to say something?
Oh no, I was just wondering. I would like to probably resist this effect.
Okay.
If possible.
And resist one of two things: either that the people that are up don't manage to get down on time, or that they don't manage to coordinate themselves to secure the animals that are below, which is what they are also trying to do. So they want to secure everyone that's upstairs to go down, and they are safe downstairs. So which one do you want to resist?
I think the securing the animals down below, because that seems to be kind of our end point right now, is getting to those animals, right? So I think it's more important that they don't get a chance to fortify and organize and all that. The people, they can go up. They can go up. They'll be up there.
That's a future problem.
Cool.
What actually it doesn't really matter, but just for game's sake, would it be insight, prowess, or resolve to resist this? I guess resolve because it was a command roll that originally resulted in this. So that's 2 die. And that's a 2 5s, so that would be 1 stress.
Pretty good.
Hey.
Craig, how's your duel with Brandon Tiger Claws going?
Let's find out. So yeah, I've pushed myself. I think this is a skirmish. So I guess he just full on DBZ. Veins send out. Eyes go. Aah! And he attempts to lay waste to these people with his big metal stick. What's probably going to be using skirmish for this? What's the position and effect?
I'm not sure because you have a bunch of stuff for dealing with larger groups of people because of all of your special abilities.
Yeah.
Like if it was just a normal person, it would be like probably 0 effect on the spread. But I don't know how that is affected by your...
It does say engage a small gang on equal footing in close combat, so I think I'll be taking penalties for the fact that I'm taking these people on outnumbered. But they probably are a little better armed than I am.
Yeah, so considering they have guns, still limited because, pew pew. So yeah, the spread limited in that case.
They're only going to get one shot. All right. I still get the pushing myself effect as well. So I'd like to use that to increase my effect. So I'd be just rolling 2 dice for the thing, and it would be desperate standard. Okay, let's roll it. Highest was a 5.
So what action were you rolling?
That was
finesse.
skirmish.
Cool.
See? Yeah, I think he just does his bangable thing and just goes straight in, running through the bullets, laying waste with his iron bar.
Yeah, so you managed to slash through most of the thugs. It's very funny because the bullets don't really seem to do a lot of effect on your skin. Mostly that. I would say that right now you managed to get some of them on the floor, and at least managed to do some harm. So I would say at least one level of one of your. But probably when they see that you are so strong, and then they start hearing the screams of all the animals going. All of them turn back to see their leader. He just frowns a little bit. But probably, well, I at least have to say Tammy to run towards the building, leave you there with the thugs, and try to get Tammy back. His favorite European shadow cat.
Oh.
Okay, for the harm, can I count my armor use to reduce that, and can I spend some stress to eliminate it? Because either way, it's going to be a level 2 harm because I've already got 2 harms already.
Sure.
Okay. So I will tick off my armor. That's tanked that for me, and 2 stress for the resistance. So it hurts, but he's just. I don't give a shit. I can't move that. Sorry, having trouble with the sheet. I wasn't able to stop him going in, but I'm going to be following him in quite quick. After having a friendly chat with these fellas outside.
So I'm very curious what you find inside whatever room you managed to get into, Cinder. So maybe one student that's very scared. Freshman students that just got this year into the university, and they seem to have sort of like, how they got into this place because this seems to be like a storage room that doesn't really but you didn't see them come through the door, so it's weird. And as soon as you enter, they are kind of pushed against the wall, scared, but at the same time they are looking at you, and you know that they are not taking any chances. What do you want to do?
So my plan already, previous to like whatever I would find in the room, was to turn into a human upon leaving Bernhardt's sight, so that I could deceive Bernhardt into hopefully chasing Cinder.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I don't know if you're telling me that this person is necessarily a threat, but maybe Cinder transforms without realizing this person's in here immediately.
Okay.
And the person like witnesses it or something like that.
Sure. So the person probably goes speechless as that happens. How do you transform?
Same as you would on the cover of an Animorphs. You just kind of stand up and then you're a human, I guess.
Sure.
Is it like smooth, or is it like one of those like werewolf transformations where like the bones are popping and like?
No, I definitely don't imagine. It doesn't look like Thriller.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely smooth. Animorphs smooth.
Cool. I think that the person goes speechless. They are very shaken by what's happening, and once you stand as a human, they are probably you will see their eyes starting to tremble. They take a couple steps forward and probably put their hands in your face, like kind of like this, you on the lab.
I'm sorry, they come up and like touch me?
Yeah, at least that's what they try.
That's a poor decision.
Yeah, that seems
Scientists.
a little weird. I'm going to try to intimidate the person. I'll like stare them like in the eyes with the same kind of like fiery look that Cinder would have normally. And I imagine Cinder's human form has to have red hair.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll just kind of give this person like a really like stern look. And I want to just kind of stop them dead in their tracks. I presume I can hear Bernhardt running around the corner or like getting close or something like that. So I'm just going to try to get this person to like shut up or like back into a corner or something. So I could do either. I could see command, but also I could see attune. Just like the general like being a ridiculous magic monster. Kind of like trying to intimidate this person.
Kind of radiate a nasty vibe.
Yeah.
Supernaturally.
Sure.
Would you like a roll for that then?
Yeah. So it's probably going to be risky standard, yeah.
Okay, and attune was fine then.
It would usually be great, but this person is probably, a scientist. So
Yeah, more curious. Okay, that's fair. So I'll roll on the 2 dice. And I get a 3 and a 4.
Interesting.
So, you do manage to get the person to back off, and they, it's not like necessarily they are scared, but they are seeing the risk that's involved. So, maybe not in the lab right now. It could be later. Steps back, but at the same time, the door from the storage room is going to go wide open, and Bernhardt is in there.
God, that's...
Hey,
Mighty
you seen a
bad.
dog around?
Are you
Yeah.
naked, by the way?
I imagine Cinder gets clothes, right? Like, it's just like kind of a thing.
It's magic.
It's like a... God, I don't even know.
A dark 3-piece suit, just like...
I was thinking not exactly like a 3-piece suit, but something like a a vest or something that looks like relatively fitted, very similar to how you would imagine like dog's fur. You know what I mean? Like it would be very similar to that. Not anything baggy or any like extravagant clothes. No like jewelry or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm sorry. As much fun as that is, Bernhardt runs in, and so like I'm staring this person down, and I'll whip my attention over to Bernhardt, and so like there's probably like desks or tables around in here, right? I assume. I want to corner Bernhardt or get Bernhardt to turn his back on me, so that I can turn back into Cinder and like freak him out. Or if there's like a window in the room. So I want to say like I want to tell him that the dog, like the other person's being quiet or like staring at me, you know? And I want to like turn to Bernhardt and pretend like we're both trying to be quiet so this rabid animal's not attacking us. And I want to gesture that it's like over towards the window behind that desk so that Bernhardt will approach that area, and then I'm going to turn back into Cinder and try to freak Bernhardt out. That's probably like more than one action, so.
Yeah. So they start leaning towards the part that you're saying. You can see how her steps are like inaudible, you know? You cannot hear them at all. And yeah, do your thing, for sure.
Sure. Yeah, I would like to transform back into dog form and try to scare them. And it says with this ability, Man's best friend, when I surprise or ambush somebody by becoming the terrifying dog again, I get +1 die.
All right. So is that a command sort of thing, or?
So, thanks to Craig's lovely suggestion, I think I might be using Wreck to do it. I might just set everything on fire behind Bernhardt, which is a lovely name for a person who I'm constantly setting on fire. But yeah, I think I might want to like transform and just like light everything on fire behind Bernhardt and like stand on the other side of the flames, just kind of like staring them down, growling.
Sure, please.
Okay, so if Wreck is fine, I'll be on 3 dice, actually. Yeah, it's real good when you do what you're good at. What's the position effect, though?
Risky great, probably.
Okay. Cool. So I'll go for that. And we got a 2, a 5, and a 6.
Ooh.
See, things are getting better.
I think that Bernard's eyes are just like born with your silhouette, like with your dog silhouette, as they like have the gun, and she doesn't seem to be able to like lift it up towards you. Not because she's scared necessarily, she's just like frozen a little bit as everything is going on fire. It's like a very mixed face, you know, like there's a little bit of concern, there's also anger, there's frustration, and there's also like, I really want to catch this thing. Like, I really want to.
Yeah, it's a real Point Break scene.
Awesome. So, so you guys were ambushed by the goats, by our lovable king goats. Have you managed to get out of there yet, or how is it going?
Yeah, what's the plan now? We caused chaos. That was as far as my plan went, to be perfectly honest.
You want to free the animals that are being kept here.
That's right. Okay. Yes. That's step 2.
And I need to get my hands on like a whole load of fire oil.
Okay.
Could we say that this bloke I'm chasing passes through, and I come in behind him, so I'm in the scene as well now. So
Sure.
we're all together. Not able to help at this point, but from now on, sort of thing.
Would this? I guess this would be just like, so we don't know where the animals are kept yet, but could we infer from where they're trying to organize things around, and that's basically where we take off to?
Yeah, that's fair. So they're basically trying to organize the people to go upstairs to be secure there.
Yep.
Seem to be gesturing motions towards downstairs. So maybe some sort of basement
And I
seems
think-
to be the.
Or so yeah, I think that's why at least we resisted that, or Rovdyr resisted that consequences when they started gesturing downstairs. That's where he took off to, like, beat them to it essentially.
Okay.
And he's hoping people are following him. Who knows?
Yeah.
And I think, like, as he runs, just to have this out, he's gonna get the gargoyle claws and legs out kind of again, so that kind of like shift into his hands and all that. So that will be an extra heat if anyone sees him at the end. But I will happily take that.
Yeah, I'm going to mark that immediately because there are tons of people around.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I don't think he's too worried about that right now.
No.
So yeah,
He wants his kitty.
And he's gonna basically go to sprint and go figure out what those animals are and wreck some stuff, hopefully. Free animals.
I guess I would come in and follow it. See it. Follow it.
I think he's really not good at that communication thing. He just kind of assumes like he's alpha, so other people will follow him. Whether that's true or anyone else agrees with that is entirely up for debate. But
and I think maybe in an attempt to prevent anyone from following us this way, I'm gonna kick a barrel over.
A or the?
The barrel?
The barrel.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Let's see.
Because this is something that Tethera would be very, very curious about. I don't want to get separated again, but seeing the beastie is something he'd be very interested in.
Is
I'm
Tethera
just going to
running
do a
with his
fortune
head?
roll.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to see if I resist the urge to have a look. So I'll just roll one dice. Okay, 5. So I guess I resist it, but I'm going to be bloody trying to get a look at it, I guess, at some point.
I imagine like his head being like 180 degrees, like as he's running.
Bit of dithering, just.
So let's do a fun thing. I'm going to make a fortune roll, and if it's above 3, we will say that this thing is just some very rare sea life creature, and if it's below 3, this thing is a baby leviathan. So let's find out.
What? It's supposed to be a good thing if it's a baby leviathan.
Yeah, that sounds. Can we just make
It would have been a
baby
good
Leviathan?
thing.
All right, so let's switch the success number in that case.
Yes.
It's a 3. So it is not. Oh no, yeah, no, we switched it. So yeah, it's not. Tentacle starts to slowly get out of the barrel. It's very slow, so I will say Bittergreen has enough of a chance to get out before it's too late. And yeah, and what starts happening is that it's that sort of like car effect where like the things that are coming out of the barrel are significantly bigger than the barrel in itself, and it starts to get very unsettling.
I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say entirely too many tentacles too. Like it's like 1, 2, and then like 8, and then it keeps going, and that's just the really unsettling part.
And like Bittergreen closes the door and says, "We're not going out that way."
Yeah. I think you kick over the barrel and you expect water to splash out, and there's only like the smallest splash in the world. It was like enough moisture to keep whatever was in there wet.
And I think that the last thing you hear is Tiger Claw's voice when he enters the room, being like, "Oh, well, you are not Cindy." And yeah, that's it for now.
Door closed.
Cool. So, do we want to take another 5-minute break and be back at 40?
Sure.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, we'll be right back then.